So when I was 13, there was a new girl that came into my school, and she was already popular in her last school, but I'm pretty sure she got kicked out. She knew a lot of people in my school, and it was said that she didn't really have a very good reputation. So naturally, me being unsociable and scared of everyone, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna stay away. I'm not even gonna bother. You know, she was a part of the drugs and alcohol scene and the partying and sex scene, and I was just very much not a part of that scene. I don't think I was a part of any scene, to be honest. I just kind of wanted to hibernate all the time. I didn't really wanna get involved, you know? But one day, I was in my Welsh class and I was just minding my own business, and for some reason she comes into my class, even though she's not a part of my class. And she's having a chat with some of the people that she knew, and she looks at me and she says, "I know you. I have a video of you." And naturally, in my head, I was like, "Excuse me, bitch? I don't know you. How would you have a video of me? That's a bit creepy, isn't it?" But instead, I said, "Oh, really? Like, what video?" And she explained to me that it was a video of me and her friend and another person from my class from the year prior when we had to do a video for one of our classes. It was like a PSA video that we had to do, and it was really cringy. And so, of course, I was embarrassed, and I was like, oh dear. But then I was thinking, how did you even get that video? Like, it's a school video. How did you get it? So I was a little creeped out, but I just laughed it off. She laughed it off, and I exited the conversation as quickly as I could. Then within, I think a week, she was still new at this point, she had moved into my science class, and she was sitting opposite me. Now, on my table, there was already popular girls, and when I say popular girls, I mean the ones that everyone liked, even though they're nasty to everyone for no reason. Those girls, you know, they think they're better than everyone else. They definitely thought they were better than me. They were better than me, but it's fine. So I was already scared shitless, sitting on that table. I was too afraid to do anything. And when this girl moved in, I was like, okay, don't look, don't talk, don't breathe, don't do anything to piss anyone off. So I was just sitting there doing my work like the good little girl that I was, and this girl must have forgotten the conversation that we had had not so long prior, and she turned to me and said, "I have a video of you." And me being me and being scared shitless and not knowing what to do and not knowing what to say, I just looked up at her and said, "Cool," and then looked back down to my paper. Now, as you can probably imagine by my tone of voice, I bet you can probably see what face that I pulled as I said that. Again, I was creeped out, but could I have said it nicely? Yes. Could I have had a conversation with her? With my skills, no, but I could have at least tried. But something that I've learned is sometimes my mouth moves a lot faster than my brain, so apparently that just wasn't an option. Now skip towards the end of the class, and we're all standing up waiting to be excused by the teacher. And I see that this girl is kind of surrounded by a bunch of people, and my friend comes over to me and she says, "This girl wants to hit you over the head with her Pepsi bottle. She said that you were really bitchy and that she couldn't stand you and all this kind of stuff." And I was just there like, okay, good to know. Again, could I have been nicer? Of course I could have. I was a bit rude. I won't lie. You know, I could have been less sarcastic. I could have been less blunt. But as I said, my mouth moves faster than my brain, and it just came out. And that bit me in the ass. Did the way I spoke to her warrant such a response? I don't really know, and I can't exactly make that decision considering I am the one that kind of caused it. But this girl was making it very clear that she didn't like me, right? And I went home that night and cried myself to sleep because I was like, oh shit, I found this year's bully. So, move forward a little bit. I'm in PE and I'm playing netball. So I was wearing my gym leggings that had holes in them because for some reason I like to slide across the gym floor and get holes in my leggings and cut my knees open. Don't know why, don't fucking ask. And so I'm wearing my ripped leggings because, you know, I'm not gonna wear fancy ones. I'm doing fucking netball. And she's on the side with her friends shouting at me, saying that I look fucking scruffy and I look like I've been dragged through a fucking hedge. Look at her, she's so fucking scruffy. And she starts laughing. And I was just there like, dude, I'm already having a hard time playing fucking netball. Do you really think I want to be here right now? Why are you going to make this harder for me? I can't remember any more interactions with this person. I don't know if there even was, but I was expecting there to be a lot more. But eventually she did stop. And you might be wondering, Lauren, what the fuck are you talking about? What has this got to do with anything? Well, I did something that she didn't like. She had a reason to dislike me. She thought that I was rude. She felt disrespected by me. She felt like I embarrassed her. And that's fair enough. I was rude to her. But instead of telling people, I don't like Lauren because I think she's rude, I think she's bitchy, I think she's this. Instead, she went out of her way to make fun of me, to make fun of the way I look, to threaten me with a Pepsi bottle. She obviously wanted to hurt me or something, I don't know, but she was very adamant that I was below her and she wanted to make fun of me for it, instead of criticizing me for the way I treated her. And that is what I wanted to talk about. Because on YouTube, I have noticed this a lot. Today I was watching a video of a YouTuber. I can't fucking remember the name for the life of me. I will put their YouTube up on the screen. I've only watched the one video, but it was a good video, so I recommend going and have a look to see if you like their content as well. But they were talking about a specific YouTuber and saying about how instead of criticizing bad people for doing bad things, they were making fun of bad people for unrelated reasons, like their looks, the way they speak, their interests, blah blah blah. And then whenever they would bring up the bad things that they would do, they would just be like, oopsie, that's not good, and then they wouldn't elaborate. When in reality, if someone bad does something bad, wouldn't you want to criticize them for that and then say your opinions and then invite your viewers to say their opinions instead of just making fun of them and then inviting your viewers to make fun of them as well? They used an analogy that I thought was really good. Basically, they said, if you have a serial murderer, right, a serial killer, and then you make a video about them, but instead of making a video about the fact that they're a serial killer, you make a video about the fact that they have a receding hairline. You take the piss out of them because they got a crooked nose or some shit, right? You're ignoring the fact that they are a serial killer for the fact that they have a receding hairline and a crooked nose. Like, do you see what I mean? Like, that made me think, like, bro, I see this a lot on YouTube. And I was literally watching a video today of Anna Campbell, if any of you know who she is. I used to really like her. I haven't watched her videos in a while because, like, I lost interest. But she's been accused of a lot of stuff, and she's putting out videos trying to clear her name. And she was reacting to this person who was calling her out, and basically he'd said, like, I don't understand why anyone would want to see her naked in terms of her OnlyFans. You know, he said to her that she's on his list, and I was just thinking, like, dude, as something as serious as accusations that she's having against her, you were commenting on her body and the fact that you wouldn't want to see her naked, and you are, like, threatening her. I don't know if that is supposed to be a threat. It's not a very scary threat, but it sounds like one. And I'm just like, criticize her for the actions that you think she's taken or done. Don't criticize her for her body that you've never seen. Don't criticize her for her job. Like, what? I don't understand. She's not a bad person for having an OnlyFans. She's not a bad person for having a fucking body. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I did something really shitty online and then someone called me out for it, instead of being like, Lauren did this really shitty thing, allegedly, or definitely, there's video proof, and I didn't like it because of this, this, and this. Instead of doing that, they just go, I fucking hate goths. What are those spikes in your hair? Why do you have two different hair colours? What is wrong with you? Your eyeliner is crooked. Like, you know, does that make any sense to anyone? Because it doesn't really make any sense to me. And here's the thing, right? I feel like when you attack someone for their appearance, or you just make fun of them for whatever reason, instead of addressing the actual criticisms or the actual behaviour that they've done wrong, there is no merit. You're untrustworthy. It's like, how am I supposed to trust you if you're not even concerned about the actual accusations? How am I supposed to trust you if all you care about is the fact that they look weird? And there's no educational value to it either. Like, if you think someone is dangerous, you're gonna want to warn people and say, hey, I think this person is dangerous, here's the reasons why, stay away from them. But instead of that, you're just like, haha, look how weird they are. And it's like, it's not helpful at all. You're not educating me. You're not bringing the situation to light. You're just turning them into a laughing stock, which, you know, sometimes some people deserve it. Some people deserve to be taken the piss out of because they're just that bad of a person. But if 80% of your video is taking the piss out of someone and not talking about their situation or the situation they're in or the accusations against them, whatever, then should you really be talking about it? Like, you say, oh, I'm just talking about this person to bring it to light, but you're not, though, because you're just taking the piss. You're not talking about how serious this is. And so obviously, in my head, if you're not talking about how serious it is, then you aren't taking it seriously and you don't think it's that big of a deal. Either that, or you haven't done your research and you're just jumping on the topic because it's trending and you think, I can't be asked to do the research, so instead I'm just going to take the piss out of them because I can. I'll get my money that way, won't I? You know? That's just something that annoys me about some YouTubers. Like, instead of highlighting what you perceive to be their physical flaws or what you perceive to be strange about them, whatever, you should be highlighting what's actually going on and what's actually important. Because if you think someone's looks are more important than the fact that they've hurt people or done really bad things, then you need to get your priorities straight. I'm sorry. And threats don't work either. Like, why? If you're gonna criticize someone, leave the threats out of it because you're not making yourself look any better. There are some good commentary YouTubers that keep their opinions on the person's appearance and such out of it, which, good on them. You know, your opinions shouldn't matter in this situation, but there are other people that just use, like I said, 80% of their video for taking the piss and memeing on them instead of actually talking about how much of a terrible person they are. But anyway, that's my rant for the day. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me get really heated for no good reason. This video is very much what I used to post back on my old channel. I used to just rant unscripted over a bit of art. If you like it, then stick around because I plan on doing this more. I just get angry about something, or something comes into my head and I'm like, I have to talk about it, but then I don't script it or even bullet point it, so I sit here for ages just thinking of what to say, and oftentimes it doesn't come across very well. I mix up my words and I don't use the right words and I just sound like a dumbass, but that's my own fault. Maybe I should script my videos, maybe I should at least bullet point them, but you know what? I don't have paper near me, okay? And I can't be bothered to use my phone. I don't like the Notes app, and I will probably forget if I don't record like right this second. Also, in reviewing some of my audio, it sounds like I got a lot of saliva in my mouth, but then I think I realised that I'm pretty sure it is my lip piercings, like, clanging against my teeth. It's really annoying, and I can't stop hearing it now. Like, it's doing it now, and it's really pissing me off. So if that annoys you, I'm so sorry. I need to get, shorter jewellery, but my lips haven't quite healed just yet. I gotta wait a couple more weeks, and then I should be good. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I talk too fast or whatever, but if I don't talk fast enough, I will forget what I'm trying to say. Remember to go and check out the YouTuber that I mentioned. If I remember, I will link them in the description. If I don't, please remind me in the comments. I'll also leave my Instagram in the description as well, my art Instagram. Do you know what? I think I might even leave my personal Instagram because I post photos of myself and my dogs on there. So if you like my dogs, then you can go and follow that if you want. I also started a Twitter for this YouTubes, so you can follow that. It's in the description as well. Have fun with it. Do what you want. Please be nice to me. I'm very sensitive and I will cry myself to sleep. Anyways, I hope that you have a good rest of your day and I hope that you like the art. Okay, see you soon. Bye! I fucking hate outros, I really do.